Hi, this is Vija Williams, and if you have been in real estate as long as I have, you know that objections are just part of the game. The good news is objections tend to fall into three major categories. Now, we can't cover everything today. That would take hours and hours, and there's classes devoted to that. But let's do a quick overview on how to handle the three major objections in real estate. And again, the good news is most objections, however they're worded, fall into one of these three categories. The first one is simply the I'm not ready to make a decision category, right? For whatever reason, I need to talk to a spouse, the timing's not right, whatever it is. And my best advice on this one is to just say, how can I help you make that decision? What information and data could I supply you to help make this decision? What are you thinking about? What's going through your head? The key here is to understanding at the core what their real hesitation is, not necessarily what they're telling you. If you've established trust with them, you'll be able to ask them enough probing questions to delve deeply and to get those answers. Sometimes it's just fear of the unknown, and sometimes they're not even aware of it, but they don't trust you yet. And if that's the case, and if you sense it, then giving them case studies and track records and giving them instances of when people went forth and made the decision, even though they didn't have all the facts and data and they trusted you, and it turned out well, is all they need. The second really main objection has to do with commission, not a surprise, and it's basically your commission is too high. This comes phrased in different ways. The best example to how to combat this one is to tell a story. And I think telling stories is often the best example, but I tell the story of my first accountant I hired that I had to write a check for the first time in my life to have someone file my taxes. And it was a $2,000 check. It was a lot of money. He saved me $20,000 that year. And I explained to them that that was when I learned that paying somebody money made me more money in the long run. And that's just like real estate, right? That's just like what I do. And then I want to give them track records, and I want to give them third-party endorsement case studies of all the different cases where I made my sellers more by paying me commission than if they wouldn't have hired me. There's other ones, but that's a really good one for you to learn. The third objection is I'm waiting for the market to change. And again, I like to answer this one with a story. And that is, I had many clients in the run-up of the market here in Seattle, kind of back in whenever it was a couple of years ago, where they said, I'm gonna wait. And they would extend their leases. And in some cases, 3 or 4 years later, property values were double. I'm not exaggerating. They were 200% of when they started this. And had they have bought it at the time and their perception was that it was overvalued, the reality is they would have made a killing on it, right? So the right time to buy a house is the right time for your clients to buy a house. Trying to time the market just isn't worth it. We call that dollar cost averaging in investment banking. And it's the same thing in real estate, right? Waiting for rates to go down, waiting for the market to hit. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is today. More importantly, when we talk about objections, is to listen to them, truly listen, validate their concern. Don't try to over-combat the objection, try to understand. Try to have them trust you and try to be in dialogue with them. I'd love to help you sharpen your skills more. Please feel free to reach out if there's anything I can do. If you want to have a conversation, I'm here for you.